Hello, we are going to talk about the animation slide. So to get started, basically you're going to be editing a slide in the slideshow. And so I just have one right here. Whenever the slide has something on it already that I don't want, I just click to the side and hit backspace. Yours should be clear already, but just in case there's something there like that, just hit the side and hit backspace. So now I'm going to start by just changing the background. We've done this before. I'm going to go up here to background, and then I'm just going to make it a color. If you would like to make this a picture, you can. That's totally fine with me. I'm just going to make it a color so it's easier to see. And then I want to make a title for my slide so that we know what it is that I am describing. So I'm going to make a text box. So I'm going to put the text box, and I'm just going to label this up here at the top. I'm going to be doing a pretty simple version of the slide animation that I showed you as the example. So this one will be much more simple, but if you would like to make yours more advanced like mine was, you certainly can. So I'm going to say my top 5 favorite restaurants. Okay, it's way too tiny, so I'm going to make it bigger. Let's change the text. Okay, shrink that. And then let's give this a highlight color. White. Good. All right, I want to center this, so I'm going to drag it until I get my red guideline. There we go. All right, so now that is centered. So my top 5 favorite restaurants. I'm going to move this up a little actually, because I need all the space I can get. All right, so I'm thinking for this we're going to do, let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1 in the middle. So like I said, this one's going to be a little more simple than the one that I already did. I want my top 5 favorite restaurants. I want that to stay there the whole time. So we're going to start with restaurant number 5. So I need to do a text box. I'm going to drop another one. I'm going to do 5 Cracker Barrel. Love their French toast. Let's shrink this box a little bit. Triple click to highlight it all. I'm going to make this that font and just bigger. Okay. Cracker Barrel. Let's make this white in the background too. Okay. And then I want to find an image of Cracker Barrel, so I'm going to do here for image, insert image. I'm going to do search the web. So I'm going to look for Cracker Barrel. And that one looks good right there. Just double click it. All right, there it is, but it's way too big. So remember that when you shrink a photo, you must pull it from the corner or push it from the corner. If you push it from the side, you're going to make it all warped. So I'm looking at this already, and if you look, I don't have space for another picture down here. So I need to make these fit better. I'm gonna move this up, and it went over my words. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, order, send to back. I want my words to be on top of my picture. So let's see if that works. Will that work? Yeah, that looks good. All right, so before I do anything else, I'm going to animate these 2 pieces. You can decide if you want them to do the same animation or if you want them to do something separate from each other. For this first one, let's have them do the same thing. So I'm going to select the picture, and I'm going to hit Control, and I'm also going to select the words. So if you look, I have them both selected. They're both selected right now. I'm going to do Insert, Animation. All right, so this is where all of our animations are going to be. So we're not going to do anything for our slide transition, but what we're looking at is Object Animations. I want these, right now they're set to fade in on click. That's just what it automatically sets them to when you create an animation. So let's take a look at what that looks like. I'm going to hit play. This is going to be where you test out your slide so far. Top 5 favorite restaurants, and it wants me to click, and then they fade in. And they do that together. The reason why they do that together is because this one says fade in on click, and this one says fade in with previous. So this one's going to follow along with whatever this one does. Well, maybe I want them to do something a little bit more interesting. So maybe instead of fading in, maybe I want the picture to, and so I click on it, maybe I want the picture to fly in from the bottom And instead of doing it on click, let's just do it with after previous. And then let's go down. And this is still set to fade in with previous. So it's set to fade in while this one's flying in. Let's take a look at what that looks like. Okay, that's not bad. So the words faded in, but the picture flew in. I kind of like that. Let's say you wanted to change it though. I just click where it says this right here. It's tiny. You can barely see it, but it says 5 Cracker Barrel is set to fade in. Oops, I accidentally closed it instead of opened it. Let's have it set to, let's have this one fly in from the right. All right, so now this one is set to fly in from the bottom, and this one's set to fly in from the right. Let's take a look at that. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's say I like that. Let's just leave it like that. So I'm gonna hit stop right here so that my practice is, it finished the sample where it shows me what it's gonna do. And now I need to add 4 and 3, 2, 1, and I'm gonna animate each one of those as well. I will show you how to animate a couple things together once you have multiple pieces. So I'm gonna add some stuff and I'll come right back.